Hello, everyone. This is BitcoinMeister, the BitcoinMeister, the DisruptMeister. Can you hear me? Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Yeah. Today is November the 24th, 2019. At least it still is back in the USA. I'm in Adelaide, Australia. It's going to rain pretty soon, apparently. Strong hand. Oh, yeah, today's one of those days you better have a strong hand. If you look for you fiat freaks out there, Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin, of course. In motion. Yeah, I'm in motion, baby. 5-digit realm? Well, baby, if you're in like 2020, if you're in 2021, if you're in that mindset, of course you're in the 5-digit realm. You're not into Bitcoin because you're thinking 4-digit realm. You got into this thing because you're thinking 5-digit realm. You're thinking beyond that, baby. So what other sayings do I have? Personal responsibility is the new counterculture. So yeah, if you happen to lose your Bitcoin during this turbulent period, what's your own fault? It's your own fault if your hands get weak. All right. So let's jump right into this show. Again, we're gonna have a lot of time for questions and answers today. So feel free to ask me questions. You can check out my links below. You can get shirts like that, right? What else? Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt. Oh yeah, I'm walking around with the laptop here. Let me see if anybody. We're gonna get into the news today in a second. All right. I'm scared, friend, so much FUD. Oh, there's nothing to be scared of. So yeah, we've lived through this before. It's kind of funny. I have not been checking the price at all, basically. I've been preparing to leave. I'll be on a plane in about 24 hours. By the way, check out This Week in Bitcoin show with Zach Voll. He tells you how to get a job in the space. Check out yesterday's Beyond Bitcoin show. It was also outside. It got cut off. Part 2 will be tomorrow on Monday when I'm on the plane. It's a fun time when we go beyond Bitcoin. And so yeah, a lot of people are tuning in here today just because they want to see how's Adam going to strengthen my hand today. Is Adam going to still have a big smile on his face like he does every show because he's always happy? Yep. You got it, baby. I am loving life. It's unfortunate I got to leave Adelaide and go back to the cold United States of freaking America. But yeah, I got to do that. It's Thanksgiving. Some of you are saying Black Friday. Ooh, will the price still be will people still be in a black down mood about the fiat price? I don't know. I don't care. I'll be with my family. I won't be checking the price too much. Friday is the This Week in Bitcoin show, though. Will it be a buying opportunity for Bitcoin? Well, I will tell you this. On Friday, you are better off buying Bitcoin than you are buying some big screen TV. Pound that freaking like button. All right. So someone said it was pounded. Again, guys, in the chat, please ask some questions or something because we're gonna run out of time here. There's just not that much to talk about today because I mean most of the stuff you see on the internet it's just drama and you got to avoid the drama. Rocky Palumbo's in the house. He says my favorite Adam Meister saying is value your wealth in Bitcoin. Yeah, it's one of my favorite Adam Meister sayings too. Is the value? I mean, you still have the same amount of Bitcoin that you did 2 days ago, right? People, maybe you have more Bitcoin. I want to, okay. No, I was going to remind someone. Okay, so 5-digit round, 2020. I am living how can I be so happy all the time? How can I be so happy all the time? Well, in terms of Bitcoin, it's because I'm a long-term thinker and I'm not impulsive. I defer gratification. I didn't get into this to sell, to do flipping, to pay the United, to do short-term capital gains and ridiculous things like that. No, I got into this in 2013. I'm like, oh, it's $600. I could buy a house with this one day. So when I see the fiat price, dropping $2,000 in a few days, I just have a big laugh because I've got that 3-digit realm perspective, baby. So this is my advice. Have the 3-digit realm perspective, but also live don't get caught up in the present day, the present situation. You got into this for the long term. You got into this because of 2020 halving. Live in 2020. Live in 2021 on days like this. That's my advice. Or just, I mean, don't be a fiat freak and go outside and enjoy life. Like I am here. Do you guys like this scenery? You think North Adelaide is nice? Yeah, I'm all nice and shaven because I gotta obviously go on a jet plane. Oh, is it starting to rain? Oh, it's raining. Luckily, I brought my umbrella. Don't want the dew to be messed up, and we don't want the laptop to be messed up either. But I'm under an awning, so it'll remain dark here for the rest of the show unless I can get a little bit better light, which I really can't. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 no scopes to 2032 mindset, 6-digit realm. You know what, dude? That's really awesome. I mean, I don't like to, I don't like to say beyond the 5-digit realm, but you're such a long-term thinker. I mean, that's great inspiration for all the people that have weak hands today. And my Lord, are there all these weak-handed people out there today coming up with all sorts of excuses? Okay. Now you got to value your wealth in Bitcoin, definitely. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. I think some people understand why I said that. So let's let me get to the rest of the show. What do we got here? Play this at 2x, people. You never know what you're getting at an outside show. Okay. Again, the turbulence in the present means nothing if you have future long-term thinking, okay? All right, pound that like button. Let's read this tweet by SpaceX Mannequin. I like that name, SpaceX Mannequin. He's actually quoting someone else here. You never appreciate the need to exit until you've had your exit blocked. And I think a lot of us in the Western world, whether we be in Australia or in Baltimore, Maryland, where I will be soon, have to think about that. We don't appreciate Bitcoin for how you can take all your wealth out of a country. If your country says, hey, dude, we're going authoritarian on you, all your wealth is ours now. If you try to leave this country, well, then you feel what it's like to have your exit blocked, okay? That's probably a really bad feeling. I thank God that I have never felt that before, what it's like to have the exits blocked, to be unable to say, hey, you've got a bank account now in our country. If you try to leave here, you can't take it with you. I mean, that's like Angola. I mean, people who live in Angola, you can't take your wealth out of Angola, or you couldn't. I don't know if they've changed it recently. Hello, Portuguese-speaking friends in Angola. But the people of Angola have a much different perspective on Bitcoin than the people in Amsterdam, okay? Than the people in Atlanta. They know what it's like to have the exits blocked. And you can have your exits blocked financially, physically, etc. There's so many different ways. You want to be, if you have your wealth in Bitcoin, though, you're prepared. You're already prepared if the exits all of a sudden get blocked. But most people don't learn the lessons of preparing for the exits to be blocked until they've actually experienced it. So you don't want to experience that. I'm just telling you right now, prepare. Or if you value your wealth in Bitcoin, hey, you're already set just in case that happens. I'm speaking to people all over the world. And yeah, I am not a doomer because I don't expect that to ever happen in the United States of America. Like something that happened in Egypt when a woman who was married to a relative of mine, she was Jewish, and they said, you got to get out of here now, and you can only take the stuff that's on your back. Put what you can take out on your back with you. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Anyway, we got distractions here today. Okay. So let's talk about, you want to hear about Chainalysis, though. You don't want to hear about my relatives' wives, how they got out of Egypt, okay? And after the Israeli-Egypt war. What was it? The Suez War of 1956. All right. So, Chainalysis. The guys at Chainalysis. Now, who likes Chainalysis? the Chainalysis guys are they run a company that says they can look at the blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain, the Litecoin blockchain, whatever, and they sell a service to, I guess, governments, to corporations trying to track people. Hey, we can use these blockchains to tell you what these individuals are doing with their finances. Okay, we could track people with the blockchain, and it's really disturbing stuff, and it's really scared people over the years. It's really made people want to vomit when they think about that business. That's a legitimate business model. That it's a freaking informer, and it's an informer's model. And it's not cool to be an informer. I mean, this is where the big boys play. And you can start your informant type of business. You could be an informer. All right. So people in the streets are wondering what the heck I'm doing. That was something that, in my day, which I think just passed by, I would have valued my wealth in that, I think. Anyway, but value your wealth in Bitcoin, not in blonde-haired Australians. So we got this informant company, and they just laid off 39 employees on Thursday, citing the need for a path to profitability. That is all. I mean, it shows that at least in 2019, and things could change in 2020, and I know some of you are living in 2020 and 2021, but for now, a company like Chainalysis isn't bringing in enough revenue, so they've got to fire people. So there are not a lot of governments and institutions approaching Chainalysis saying, hey, we want to spy, we need you to be an informant, we want informants on these people, we want to spy on them, we want to do who knows what to them. No. They didn't get enough of that, so they had to fire a lot of people. Now, perhaps they are getting some business, but even they miscalculated. They had to recalibrate. They thought they were going to get more people wanting to spy on people. So it's good. Also, what's this mean for all the privacy coin people to say, we need privacy coins right now? You got to be able to do everything secretive, but there are all these Chainalysis companies out there. Well, maybe right now it doesn't look like there are too many clients of these Chainalysis companies. Okay, so pound that like button. That Chainalysis is not as popular as some people were scared about. And hey, let's be realists though. Eventually people will pay a lot of money for companies like Chainalysis to spy on people. That's just that's the progression of things. But for now, hey, good job. I want to remind everybody, I'll be in San Francisco, March 27th to 28th. I linked to it below, Bitcoin2020conference.com. And I hope to see Frank Castandini in freaking San Francisco. Okay, moving on. Let me see if there's any other questions in the chat. If people, remember, to ask questions in the chat. I keep them for, oh, wow, we got a cultist. We got a cultist in the chat. That's pretty interesting. Wow, that cultist guy, he's putting a lot in there. Okay, 123 Noska said, when do you think the Netscape moment will occur in BTC? Well, great question. The thing you've got to take into account is that the Netscape moment hasn't happened yet. And thus, if you're freaking out about Bitcoin price drops in terms of fiat, you're not doing the right thing. We haven't even had our Netscape moment yet. It might not happen until 2021. Might not happen until 2022. The Netscape moment was when the internet became so accessible for everyone. Before that, it was news groups, it was Gopher, it was all this ridiculous stuff. Netscape, you just click on a couple things, you're on the internet, and that got a lot of people on the internet. Bitcoin really hasn't had that yet. I mean, I just read a tweet of people complaining, we need an easy wallet. We need an easy wallet my grandma can use. Well, we don't have that. That would be a Netscape moment. Netscape, a grandmother could basically use Netscape to get onto the internet. A grandmother could not use news groups and Gopher and whatever colleges were providing back in before there was Netscape. All right, look, you see all these people. It's funny. I see in the chat, you guys get distracted. Trolls just come to troll. You can't get that. You got to keep things positive. You just ignore them. And that's what's going on in Twitter right now. So many people get down because of the trolls that come out when the fiat price and people when the fiat price drops, and all these people just get into a really bad mood, and it's you got to ignore the drama. You just got to ignore the drama. Cultists are going to be cultists, dude. This is where the big boys play. Let them enjoy their cult. I mean, you know, there's all sorts of cults out there. I mean, so it ends really bad with the Kool-Aid drinking sometimes. Whatever. Okay. So, yeah, Jim Jones fans are in. So, yeah, if people who aren't watching this live, there's a fan of Jim Jones in the house. And if you're not watching this live, please play this at 2x. So and if you are watching this live, ask some more questions, dude, because we're running out of time. Chunkadunk said, exactly. Man, so many things not worth paying attention to. Exactly. And that's what weakens people's hands. They start worrying about every little thing. Ooh, should I pay attention to this? The gold guy is saying that Bitcoin is on the way down and that there's China. Again, I have lived through this so many times. The China FUD, the gold FUD, this FUD, your mom's FUD, the wood oven pizza FUD. Oh, yeah, I guess you guys can see that. No, I've never been to wood even. I haven't eaten a pizza since 2010. Pound that like button for health. Okay, moving on. I mean, I was going to bring up the Binance. I'm not bringing up the Binance drama. That is a distraction right there. People are like, oh, they said Binance might have got raided, and now the leader of Binance is angry, and he's going to create a fund to sue people. Oh, what drop? You know, Bitcoin doesn't care about that. It really doesn't care about that. There are people that are saying, oh, it dropped because of all the rumors about Binance. No, Binance is a big exchange. They don't control Bitcoin. Maybe there were some weak hands that jumped out then. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Hey, I want to say something. I'm telling you some things not to pay attention to. Let me tell you something to pay attention to. There's a guy, the Halving Show. He's out of Norway. When he got a kick out of a show a few days ago when I was outside near a bus stop, and he made a 1-minute BitcoinMeister tribute to that show, and it's a cartoon version of me. It is so hilarious of me screaming random things about the bus stop. It's linked to below. It's 1 minute, guys. I actually added it to disruptmeister.com. So you can see it in my archives. But take a minute. It's linked to below. You got to give this. He is in motion. The Halving Show. His name alone is awesome. It reminds everyone about 2020 that you can't get freaked out by these 2019 years, 2015 years. Imagine all the people that got freaked out by 2015 price drops, which are the same as 2019 price drops, and never got back into Bitcoin. Woe is me, they're saying. Woe is me. Again, personal responsibility is a new counterculture. They should have known. They should understand that. So anyway, check out his video below, and thank you for that tribute, dude. It's really it's funny stuff. And we talked about the San Francisco event in March. Yeah, that's far off, but why not talk about San Francisco? California dreaming on such a, well, it's a beautiful day here. I heard back in the United States, there's going to be snow, and it's just going to miss Chicago, thank God, because I got to fly through Chicago. And a reminder to everyone, Thanksgiving, and the price volatility, it could get more volatile because a lot of Americans just aren't going to be trading the next few days. They already got into lazy mode. They're already taking off. And so the whole world has to deal with its Thanksgiving in the United States. You guys have to know that it is Thanksgiving in the United States, and there just won't be as many people on social media, on the internet, because the Americans, it's such a golden age, they don't have to work. People are taking the whole week off. Finance is taking the whole week off. All right. So remember, guys, Twitter is, Bitcoin is still divorce insurance. It's still the best savings account ever devised by man. It's the most secure form of wealth storage on the planet. And I don't care about what the fiat is. You still have as much Bitcoin as you did before. And remember, the biggest supply shock in the history of financial markets, that's the 2020 Bitcoin halving. That's coming. So, yeah, it's 2019. You fiat freaks are freaking out. You think 2020 halving, biggest supply shock in the history of financial markets. And that's it. That's all I had written down for this show. Tomorrow's show is going to be part 2 of Beyond Bitcoin. Check it out. It'll be around this same time. I'll be on a plane. Maybe I'll hopefully be able to tweet out a lot. I want to say thank you to Adelaide, Australia. It has been a blast. I do not want to leave Australia. Australia, you rock as a country. You rock, you rock, you rock. I will return in 2020 if all goes well. And I just want to check out in the, no, there's nothing. Nobody else had any questions. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a second. There were more. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, no scope. We'll end with you. You'll have the last word in Australia. Do you try to get people to buy Bitcoin when you talk to them about it? Or do you find that people are less interested now that the price is going down? Well, when I talk to people about it, I don't give them like a hard sale. I'm not a Bitcoin salesman. I just tell them what I've done, and I tell them about my experience with Bitcoin. And I just tell them, watch my videos, look it up. I don't say, you better buy it. Oh, you're going to be doomed if you don't buy it. I don't try to scare people. So, I mean, I don't try to sell it. I'm not a Bitcoin. I talk about it to newbies. If they have questions, I'm like, follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TECHBALT. But some people are scared. Definitely when you encounter newbies, like if I talk to a random person on the street, some people would say, like, if they heard of it, like, well, it's too volatile. And I try to explain to people that, get into a 3-digit realm mindset. Like, think about how just back in 2017 still it was in the 3-digit realm. So if you're concerned that it's going to go to 0, if you're concerned about volatility, just look how much it has gone up, and that there were people just like you then who said they were worried about volatility, they were worried it was going to go to 0, et cetera, et cetera. And now look how much has changed for the better. All right, dudes, that is it. I am Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe. Let's get one last. Let's get some. It's not. I think it stopped drizzling. All right. No, it's drizzling still. Rats. All right, guys. That's it. Pound the like button. Bang the bell button. Click on all those squares. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt. Retweet all this stuff. Retweet this show. This was a lot of fun, guys. See you back in the United States, and you'll get Beyond Bitcoin Part 2 tomorrow. Good night.